Hey, this is Professor Zarzar. Shout out to my third and fourth period who wanted to hear me say that. Going over our notes about the nth roots. Now, we already know that 8 times 8 equals 64. And if we wanted to go backwards on this, we would show it as the square root of 64. And we know that that would be 8 because 8 times 8 is 64. Now, in this symbol, this is called the radical sign. There is an understood index of 2 right here, which is telling you what or how many times a number should be multiplied together to get the radicand, which is the 64 that's underneath. If we were talking about 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64, well, we now have a number multiplied by itself 3 times. So we would say that the cubed root of 64 equals 4. Along that same line, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So this would be the fourth root of 16 is equal to 2. So you see how that works? The index tells you how many times a number is multiplied by itself to get the radicand, the number that's underneath. And if you don't remember how that is spelled, it's radicand. And that's the number that you will find underneath the radical sign. Now, when we are trying to find a square root or a third root or a fourth root, anytime the index is even, you have what's called the principal root. So let's go back to our fourth root of 16. Now the answer is 2, but it could also be negative 2 because negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 also gives you a positive 16. This 2 is your principal root. It's the one that you generally give and you've been giving. You just didn't realize that that's what it's called, is the principal root. Whenever you're doing any of these types of problems, it's always important to look first at what your index is. So let's go ahead and just do some quick examples. And the directions will simply say to simplify. And that just means take out whatever is necessary under the radical sign in order to find the answer. So let's go ahead and get started. So what if I had plus or minus the square root of 100y to the 8th? Now, square root means I need something times itself in order to get 100. This plus or minus shows that the answer, we want both roots, both the principal root and the secondary root. The square root of 100 is 10. And then over on the side, what you should be thinking to yourself is 8 divided by my index of 2 is 4. So it's y to the 4th. Now, technically, that y, since it's an even root with an even index, would be inside absolute value bars. Most of the time, we don't put those, but you need to know that information. So another example, I'm still in red, so I guess this example is going to be in red. If I have the opposite of I don't want to do a square root. Let's do something else. Let's do the fifth root, opposite of the fifth root of 243 times x plus 2 quantity to the 15th power. Now here we have an odd index, so we don't have to worry about the absolute value sign. Now what you're looking for is a number that you can multiply together 5 times in order to get 243. We did this in the calculator in class today, so I hope you all remember that it is 3. So for this problem, our 243 is going to come out as 3. I have this negative sign, so it has to go in front of there. And then here, I'm thinking 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So I have x plus 2 to the third power. So that would be my answer for that problem. Let's go ahead and we'll change over to blue and see if I can't find another problem for you before I sign off for the day. So if I have the cubed root of 8, a to the 6th, b to the 12th. Now, let's say you don't have a calculator at home that can find you the cube root of 8 and you don't know what it is. You can always take the number portion of this and do the ladder that we did in class previously, where your prime numbers go on the outside. So 2 goes into there 4. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes in there. Hang on while I move up the screen a little bit. Oops, I'm out of paper. 1, we're done. Thank goodness. Since it's a cube root, I need 3 of something, which, yay, is the 2. So the cubed root of this is going to be 2. 6 divided by 3 gives me a to the 2nd. And 12 divided by 3 gives me b to the 4th. So there you go. As Professor Zarzar out for the day, heading home for the nice weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Let me know if you have any questions.